I'm Doug Doyle with The Art of the Story. Up from the Streets, a new documentary directed by Michael Murphy, examines New Orleans culture as seen through the lens of music.
New Orleans, Mississippi River. This is where this music jazz was created. America's music, America's art form.
You can tell that rock and roll came from there.
Back then it was the devil's music. Those guys were punk rock, as punk rock as you possibly could be.
This is New Orleans jazz music, and it will never die because the feeling that we get as performers when we play it is the greatest drug in the world.
Up from the Streets will screen at New Plaza Cinema at the Macaulay Honors College this Saturday at 12:15 in the afternoon. The executive producer and host of Up from the Streets is 7-time Grammy Award winner and 2-time Oscar nominee, trumpeter, pianist, and composer Terence Blanchard.
When Michael Murphy came up to me with the idea, I jumped at it because we have been a strong, influential force in the world of music. And what Mike is trying to do is to show how all of that came about and where it came from. That's why the term Up from the Streets. A lot of times documentaries are dealing with, something that has happened or taking a look back. And that's not what we wanted to do. We wanted to show you how the continuum is moving forward.
From the street to the studio, and from the studio straight through the speakers into my life.
That music is designed to make us feel good and to make them feel good. That's what its purpose is. People need that, especially now.
The music is a vehicle for us to connect.
If somebody came from a different country and said, Terence, pick up your trumpet and play one song for us that represents New Orleans, what would that be?
Ooh, that's a good question. That's a very good question. Because you have all of the classic St. James Infirmary and all of those things that people, but for me, there's something about Amazing Grace that it's not something that's necessarily associated with New Orleans, but there's something about that melody and the one lyric that said, I once was blind, but now I see. Speaks to a lot of things that occur in this city.
You can see my entire interview with Terence Blanchard on the WBGO Facebook page. I'm Doug Doyle, WBGO News.